Most of us have gone through different phases of life where we've wanted to pick up a new instrument or learn a new hobby and have quickly lost interest or forgotten about it. I personally have gone through so many different phases of wanting to learn so many different instruments and have quickly lost interest in them. The one instrument, however, that I've always gone back to, and it's always been so easy for me to pick back up, was the guitar. The guitar's been such an amazing creative outlet for me that I really want to show everyone how simple it is to learn how to play the guitar and how simple it is to learn how to tune one. Before teaching you how to tune a guitar, I also want to explain the history of why we tune the guitar, and then I want to show you why it's so important that we learn to tune guitars before we learn how to play them. Before I get into all the mechanics, first let me talk to you about the history of why the guitar is tuned the way that it is. There's a reason that the standard tuning for a guitar is E, A, D, G, B, E. A few hundred years ago, players needed a more comfortable and convenient way to play the guitar, being that it was one of the larger stringed instruments of the time. According to Jeff Owens of the company Fender, the aim was to create a tuning that would ease the transition between fingering simple chords and playing common scales, basically minimizing fret hand movement. By tuning the guitar in fourths and a third rather than in fifths, like most other stringed instruments were at the time, players were able to give themselves more room to focus on their creativity in playing rather than anything else. To back this up, famous guitar instructor Richard Lloyd once said the best choice for tuning any larger scaled multi-stringed instrument is going to be to tune in fourths rather than fifths, which are a little bit closer together. It's much more reasonable for players to reach notes on the neck of the guitar when it's tuned in fourths and one-third than it is in fifths. Now, tuning a guitar is fairly simple, and it can be done by anyone with the right tools. The first step is to grab a guitar tuner. In order to show you how easy it is to tune the guitar and that you don't have to have any special tools, I'm actually going to be using a free guitar tuning app called Guitar Tuna. Basically how it works is that I'm going to start trying to tune my guitar strings. So let's say we start with the low E, which is this one, and this little circle is going to show me, according to this chart, how low or high or close enough to the perfect tuning the string is going to be. So let's get started. First, I'm going to show you that the E string, the low E string, which is going to be the top of the string, is going to be the easiest one to start off with. So I'm going to go ahead and take the G string, or the low E string, and start trying to find the perfect tuning, and the app will let me know. So just to show you an example, I'm going to play the E string now that I've tuned it, and it's going to show me that right above that red line, it's hitting perfectly. So let's go through and do the rest of them. The next one we're going to be doing is the A string. Perfect. Then the D string, which is going to be this top one here. Perfect. And then we're going to move on here to the G string. Perfect. And all you have to do is keep turning one way or the other depending on what feedback you get from the guitar tuner. So the next string we're going to play around with is B. Oh, that one was quick. And then finally the high E string. Perfect. The best way to see if you've tuned your guitar correctly is to try a G chord and to see if it sounds crisp and clean, which ours does. Now that we've tuned the string in the standard, or the guitar in the standard tuning, we can now play a guitar in the way that will sound beautiful and clean and crisp. For example, so that's just a couple of really quick chords. Now that you know how to tune a guitar and how easy that it can be, you can start to learn some basic chords and scales, and in no time you can be a pro. A lot of these chords can be found on any website. I hope that me showing you how easy and simple it is to tune a guitar hopefully inspires you to pick one up also.